May I approach the witness to what's been marked as State's Exhibit C and shown to counsel?
You may.
I'm handing you State's Exhibit C. It's a composite of, I believe, 9 photographs. So you could take a look at each and let me know when you've had a chance to do that. Do you recognize the images in State's Exhibit C?
Yes, I do.
And are they fair and accurate depictions of the Wawa scene that evening when you observed it?
Yes, sir.
Would ask the court to admit State C as State's 3.
Mr. Barber?
No objection.
All right. State's Exhibit C will now be admitted as State's Exhibit 3, and you may publish, Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. Detective, on the screen behind you, we're going to put up the images for the members of the jury. Could you just tell the members of the jury what they're looking at in this photo?
So pretty much what you're looking at is just a typical gas station. These are gas pumps. These are what our vehicles, patrol vehicles look like from Osceola County. Civilian vehicle right over here. And then this yellow line is our crime scene tape.
And it looked this way when you first arrived?
Yes.
Okay, now publishing photograph number 2 of State's Exhibit 3. Just a close-up?
Yes.
Fair enough. All right, what about in photograph number 3?
These two vehicles, marked agency vehicles, are our vehicles from our agency. They are near the gas pumps.
Were you able to determine, or do you know which deputies were riding in which of those vehicles?
Yes.
Can you tell the members of the jury pointing to each?
The one right over here, this one was assigned to Deputy McLean at the time, and then this one right over here was Deputy DeJesus.
Publishing photograph number 4 of State's Exhibit 3.
Looking at this photo, gas pumps, for your reference, gas pumps would be kind of like right over here. This is one of the main roads, and then that is a motorcycle.
Did that turn out to be the motorcycle or the dirt bike involved in this incident?
Yes.
Photograph number 6 of State's Exhibit 3. What are we looking at here?
So the previous photo that it showed the motorcycle in reference, it's right over here off this corner. The main road is right off here, and then if you can see this little thing right over here, that's a motorcycle helmet.
I thought I had a photo, but let's see if we can. Oh, too much. Just zooming in on that same photograph. That's the helmet you were talking about?
Yes.
There are also some items of clothing.
Yes.
Do you know, or did you learn who those belong to?
These belong to Jean Beretta.
And the next photograph, just a backwards view.
Yes, so this is if you were standing next to the helmet looking towards the gas pumps.
Do you know why that burgundy SUV is sitting within the crime scene cage?
Yes, that vehicle was there before, during, and
Objection.
after.
That's okay. Did you eventually make contact with individuals associated with that vehicle?
Yes, the driver.
The driver. Did you conduct an interview with the driver?
Yes.
We're doing photos. And this photograph here, why was it taken, or what do you see that's significant?
The reason this photograph was taken was this right here. This is This was taken when they were trying to extinguish the fire's flames.
Photograph number 8, I believe, or actually 7. Go ahead.
So this photograph was taken, obviously, to photograph the evidence that's right here. This is pretty much the localized location of where the initial incident occurred.
Okay. Photograph number 8.
And it's just a more overall shot of the same location that we were just looking at.
And last, the photograph.
And then another of the opposite angle and the opposite way.
Okay. After you made your initial observations, did you conduct some witness interviews?
Yes.
Did that include some deputies?
Yes.
Did you learn during the course of those interviews and investigation that there was body-worn camera involved?
Yes.
Objection calls for hearsay.
What was your response?
Yes.
Okay. Without saying what's on the videos, did you eventually observe and watch the body-worn camera of several deputies that responded on the scene?
Yes. Countless of hours, yes.
You watched all of them?
Yes.
Documented them thoroughly, is that fair?
Yes.
Did you make any efforts to see if there was any other video available that was not from a body-worn camera or dash cam?
Yes.
Did you locate or find any other video besides that which might be under the control of the sheriff's office?
Yes.
And where was that video located, or where did you get it from?
From the incident location.
In layman's terms, we would say you got it from the wall.
Yes. A local.
Now, at this time, I ask the permission to approach the witness who must be marked as State's D.
You may.
It's been shown to counsel. Do you recognize State's Exhibit D in this disc?
Yes.
And how do you recognize it?
My signature.
Does that signature mean that at some point you watched what the contents of this video were?
Yes.
And what are the contents of this disc?
That is the surveillance video from the wall.
And is this the same video that you retrieved from the store during your investigation?
During that time frame, yes.
Does what's depicted on the video match up with the body-worn camera that you observed?
Yes.
Now, at this time, I ask the court to admit State's Exhibit D as State's favor.
Mr. Earl?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, so what was marked for identification as State's Exhibit D will be admitted as State's 4, and you may publish.
Thank you. All right, so just as a starting point, if you could use the photos that you previously described in the video that we have now to sort of orient the jury to what we're looking at.
So this angle is from on top of the wall storefront, located towards the pumps. You have a main intersection right over here, and then to the side right over there. This is gas pump 1, 2. It's counting this way, and then there's a second row of gas pumps following this way.
Do you see the victim, Keen Barreto Baerga, in this image?
He's located right over here.
All right. Now, earlier I asked you some questions about that burgundy SUV that was inside the crime scene tape. Do you see it in the video?
Yes,
Can you point it out for us?
it's right over here.
And at this stage, is it a fair statement that there are no law enforcement officers on scene?
At this time,
At this time, in the video.
the only ones was Star on top, which is our helicopter.
Gotcha. So there was a helicopter over top that had been tracking the vehicle.
Yes,
Okay. No, that's a good question. No, good statement. No vehicles.
there was no patrol vehicles at this time.
Yes, ma'am. All right, we're going to let it play a little bit. Now, I'd like you to look at the area where the victim is and tell me what you see.
get them moved from pump 4 to the back right over here. Should be pump 14.
Right, now, can you just count how many vehicles are in and around the gas station at this moment?
A reference to this picture.
Yes, ma'am, in this moment.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one back here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And
About 10.
that's just in the narrow window that we're looking at, is that fair?
Yes.
In this image, do you see what looks like a small boy standing near the gas pumps?
Yes, he is right over here.
Going back to the rear of that burgundy vehicle, do you see any people standing outside the rear of the burgundy vehicle?
Yes, there was a family in this vehicle.
When you say family, what do you mean?
Talking to them, there was about 7 kids in the vehicle and one dad.
And that burgundy vehicle is perpendicular, maybe 20, at the most 30 feet from where the explosion eventually occurs.
Yes.
Objection leading.
I can re-ask it if you want to. How far is the burgundy vehicle with the 7 kids in it from where the explosion eventually occurs?
I'm not good with feet and distance, but I would say 15 feet or so, maybe 25.
All right? Now stop the video at 59 seconds, Detective. I'd like you to look at the right-hand side of your screen for the next few seconds. Did you see a figure enter the right-hand side of the screen?
Yes.
Can you circle that figure for us, please? And did your investigation determine who that person was?
Yes.
Who was that person?
Deputy Crawford.
And have you met Deputy Crawford in person? Before today, have you seen him in person?
I see him, yes.
Right. Do you see him in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Could you point to him and describe an article of his clothing?
He's wearing a very handsome gray suit.
However, we asked the court to, may the record reflect that this is identified the defendant.
We will reflect.
Okay, Detective, so you said that person on the right-hand side entering the screen is Deputy David Crawford, is that right?
Yes.
Right? So we're playing now from 103. Right. So Deputy Crawford, would you agree, was the first person to make contact with the suspect turned victim?
Hand contact, yes.
Right. Is there also a patrol deputy that arrives very shortly thereafter?
Yes. This vehicle right here, that is one of ours.
Right. And do you know or did you learn through your investigation who was driving the vehicle that pulls up behind where the takedown occurs?
Yes.
Who was that?
That was Deputy Kofinas.
Now, at this point, the other 2 deputies that you previously identified in the photographs, had they arrived on scene?
Yes.
And again, could you just circle the vehicles and tell us who was driving each?
This vehicle right over here and this vehicle right over here, these are also one of ours.
At this point, do you see any flames?
No.
Is the family still standing outside the burgundy vehicle 15 feet away?
Yes.
And just to be clear, they were there when Deputy Crawford ran over and hit the bike.
Yes.
Objection leading.
Sustained.
Were they there when Deputy Crawford came over and hit the bike?
Yes.
Now, can you orient us to the flames that have started now?
Flames are right over here, and there's one right here.
Do you know who that is on fire on the right-hand side?
Yes,
Who is that?
Deputy Crawford.
And what is this over here on the left-hand side?
That is another family right over here.
And what are those children doing?
They were running.
And this frame now stopped at 140. Do you see the victim, Jean Barreto Baerga?
Yes,
Can you circle him, please?
it's this little blurb right here.
Maybe one more. Thank you very much. Yes. Earlier, you told us that you retrieved and actually viewed the body-worn camera of several deputies that day. Is that right?
Yes,
Was one of those deputies the defendant, David Crawford?
yes,
Did you have an opportunity to watch that video repeatedly?
yes.
Your Honor, that's the court permission to approach the State's Exhibit E. It's been shown to counsel.
You may.
You recognize this disc?
Yes.
And how do you recognize this Exhibit E?
Yes.